Welcome to the Fort Young Hotel and welcome to this welcome reception for West Indies and the 19 captain, our hero, Stephan Pascal. My name is Gavin Richards. We'd just like to introduce the party with us this evening. We've got the acting Minister of Sports, Senator Oscar George. We've got with us the President of the Dominica Cricket Association, Mr. Clement Marsler, the President of the Dominica Cricket Academy, Mr. Emmanuel Nantan, the Second Vice President of the Dominica Cricket Association, Mr. Jamie John-Baptist, Sports Coordinator Trevor Shillingford, and of course, the man of the moment, the West Indies Under-19 captain, Stephan Pascal. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that Stephan Pascal captained the West Indies team. They finished in third place in the Super 6 stage of the tournament. Unfortunately, they were not able to make it to the semi-finals, but we're still very proud of what Stephan Pascal and the rest of the region, or the rest of the team, I should say, they were able to accomplish. So without further ado, we'll just head straight into this presentation or ceremony. I'd like to invite the Second Vice President of the Dominica Cricket Association, Sir Jamie John-Baptist, to deliver a few short remarks.
Good night, everybody. Protocol has been established. I'd like to welcome everybody to this event, this special event we're having tonight. On behalf of the Dominica Cricket Association and the Ministry of Sports, by extension, we just welcome you all to celebrate this proud moment with us and with Stephan and his family for what he did for us in South Africa. Deep down, I know we wanted it to go further than we did, but that was the road that was written for us, I guess. So we just enjoying this special moment. We want to uplift Stephan and stick with him because at the tender age, we want to guide him towards being a future West Indies senior cricketer. So we just welcome your presence once again and enjoy the moment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jamie John-Baptist. We also want to acknowledge the presence of Stephan Pascal's parents, Augustine Beno Pascal and Maria Pascal, in the attendance as well. Also other members, family, friends who are here with us tonight. We would now like to invite the sports coordinator, Mr. Trevor Shillingford, for a few brief remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Master of Ceremonies, Honorable Oscar George, Minister of State in the Ministry of Community Development, President of the Dominica Cricket Association, Mr. Clement Marsler, Chairman of the Cricket Academy, Dominica Cricket Academy, Mr. Nantan, Jamie John-Baptist, Second Vice President of the Dominica Cricket Association, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Sports, Mrs. Lestrade White, parents of Stephan Pascal, other invited guests, good evening. I just want to thank the Dominica Cricket Association for putting together this special event. I think it is one that we all can see was a fitting tribute to the type of exposure that Mr. Pascal, that is Stephan Pascal, gave Dominica on the international scene. We were truly pleased with what we saw on television, and we really want to thank you and the rest of your team for representing our region well. I know the speaker before me said that we did not make it all the way to the top, but we had only the rain to blame for that. Because probably had it not been the rain, we would have still been in South Africa fighting for the championship. So I want to really congratulate Stephan on his achievement, and we are quite satisfied that here in Dominica that we were able to provide the rest of the Caribbean with a leader, and that leader is Stephan Pascal. It is also something that we as a nation should be proud of, because it is the first time in our history that we actually have someone from Dominica as captain of a West Indies team, and that cannot be seen as something that is beyond us. We really want to thank Stephan. We were all happy with what we saw coming from him on the field. We think that he had the full respect and command of his team, and it shows that we can provide the region with good leaders. And these things are not happening by accident, because Stephan, we know, has been groomed to be a leader from his early days as an under-13 captain in the Dominica under-13 team. He moved on to captain the Dominica under-15 team, the under-19 team, the Windward Islands under-17, Windward Islands under-19, and onto the West Indies under-19. Now that is something we want Stephan to also take note of, because we can see the gradual rise. It would mean, therefore, there is still another level to go. So we are looking forward to you making that next step. Please do not think that getting to the under-19, that is the end of the road. You have to continue putting in the hard work. I know that you are committed. I know that you have tremendous support, especially coming from your father, who serves most of the time as your coach. So we are aware that you will get the type of guidance that you need, but the rest must come from you. And we are looking forward to you doing greater things for Dominica, for your family, and for yourself. So I want to wish you well. We are happy for your representation, and we look forward to you representing Dominica even on a bigger scale. But just before I end, I want to say that from the Ministry of Sports, we continue to provide pathway programs that would enable our young cricketers to move to the different stages. And the example that I gave earlier of Stephan, where he came from the under-13, this is a pathway program that we provide our junior cricketers with that would prepare them for national representation and also representation at the sub-regional level. So this is a program that we intend to continue with. Over the years, we have been sending our young under-13 cricketers on a tour to St. Lucia. We have not been able to do it since COVID, and we are looking forward to having that program reinstated this year, where we can send our young cricketers, under-13 primary school boys, to St. Lucia so they can get that experience of what it feels like to represent their country at a very early age. And hopefully, we can see many more leaders coming out of this program, like Stephan Pascal. But I want to also recognize his family for the tremendous support. It is something that we keep saying over and over again, that parental support is very important in the development of an athlete. And here we have a prime example of a young man who has been receiving full support from his parents, and we can see the result. So I want to thank you all for your presence here. I also want, and I just want to recognize as we speak, Mr. Stephan Pascal, the father and coach of Stephan, who is making his entry. So we really want to thank you all for providing the type of guidance to Stephan. And we are looking forward to Stephan one day representing the real Maroon as a member of the Men in Maroon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Trevor Shillingford. Ladies and gentlemen, we're moving along. We'd now like to invite the President, Chairman of the Dominica Cricket Academy, Mr. Emmanuel Nanton, for a few remarks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Honorable Oscar George, Minister, the President of the DCA, we have the Sports Coordinator, the Vice President of the DCA, Stephan Pascal, of course, the hero for tonight, the parents of Stephan Pascal and other family members. We have the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Sports and Culture, members of the DCA. I want to recognize also the father of Karim Hodge at the back, and all the well-wishers who are here tonight. Tonight is a great night, and tonight is about Stephan and what he has done for us in Dominica and for the Caribbean civilization. Stephan, well done and congratulations. As was mentioned before, it is a beginning. It is a journey that you started, and the coordinator mentioned from under 13, Well, the commentators already told us, Beno says it was from stomach, eh? So we want to thank the family, the parents and family of Stephan. Beno gave us this one from the stomach, and they have nurtured him, I've been with him all the while. And the support that the family demonstrated in South Africa was tremendous. It showed what a family unit can do, and how support of a family, without the support of the family, then I don't think you would have been here, even though you have a lot of talent. But I think we have to thank really and truly your family for the tremendous support that they have done. I have to thank all those organizers and who work with you, including the sports division going through. I'm here representing the academy. Stephan has been a member of the academy. He's still a current member of the academy. And again, well done for that. It's good to see that at present we have Stephan, who just came back from South Africa. We had 2 members who were on their way to Dominica now from Australia. They left Australia a few hours ago. And I also want to mention that we have 3 ladies in training in Antigua for the women's team as well. And another young lady is in training at Portsmouth for the Winners under 19 as well. So we are doing a lot of work. I think the results from the programs that we have been doing, including the academy, is beginning to bear fruits. The coach was here earlier. I think while we were on the port, the coach of the academy, Sam Conan, he was here waiting for us, so we got mixed up somewhere. But again, Stephan, congratulations. Best wishes, not for what was gone, for what is coming in the future. And we want to let you know that we're here to support you, like your family and parents have done, like the Ministry of Sports have done, like the Cricket Association has done. We're here to support you, and we have great hopes for you. It has been shown that there are lots of people who believe in you, and we know that you have the talent. This year is part of the journey. A journey we hope that will last for many years. Keep at it, keep working, be dedicated, be committed. You have shown that you have a strong head on your shoulders. The sports coordinator mentioned how he felt you were comfortable leading your team, how you showed in control. And even though you gave us 150, you had some very brilliant innings, Stephan, and I thought you could have gone on. I thought you could have gone on and do many, many more. It did not happen, but it will happen. We claim that in the name of God. We wish you well, and we support you with everything that we have, with all that we can do. And again, on behalf of the academy, we want to congratulate you for your achievements, and we want to let you know that we are behind you, and we look forward to supporting you in the future. Thank you very much to all who have made it possible. Thanks and all the best.
Thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel Nantan. Now we'd like to invite the President of the Dominica Cricket Association, Mr. Clement Masler, for a few remarks.
Good evening to everyone. I firstly want to recognize the presence of the Minister of Sports, somebody who I've known for a long while. We still play cricket together as opening bowlers for our club. Also, it's very tough to come to speak exactly in the shadows of Mr. Emmanuel Nantan, someone who really molded me throughout my journey in cricket. Especially at the DCA, we were reminded this evening that of our bitter battles, but we're still here today working for the common good, which is improving cricket. I want to also observe the first vice president of the Dominica Cricket Association, Jamie John Baptist, Mr. Trevor Shillingford, who at one time was one of the coaches I used to admire from a distance when he used to nurture the best talents on the West Coast and used to be a torment for us at PSS. Also, I want to thank PS for tremendous support even in helping us to get this off the ground. The family of Stephan, the members of the DCA, the supporters, the past DCA members, Mr. Thompson Joseph, I want to also make special note of him, who is always rooting for Stephan. And media, the friends and well-wishers, good evening. That's a long protocol, but we have to ensure that we don't miss anyone in the special moment, especially Stephan. I want to start off with 2 stories. One is that I remember at the Dominica Cricket Association, the guys were behaving badly, and they messed up something. I don't want to sell out their business, but they messed up something. And when they asked who did that, the smallest man at 11 put up his hand and take ownership of the faults for his team, but it wasn't he, and he had his laps to do. The other guys realized Boss Stephan stood up for us, and they confessed. That is why he stopped. They stopped him from running all the rest of the laps. The next story is that on the same under 14 that Mr. Shillingford is talking about, we used to travel. Myself, Benno, Glenn, used to travel to support the young guys. And one night, Benno said, guys, I'm not making myself available for bullets. We were in St. Lucia. I cannot catch a bullet. I'm not making myself available. Come into sharp focus. Today, Stephan is at the World Cup, being the leader. And I remember sitting at the board, and when they were speaking about his attributes as for the captain of the team, I was really impressed in hearing that he had kept on what we always knew he had. But watching him play, I saw him catch 2 bullets that his father will admit they were 2 spectacular catches. And I will say that no matter where we go, no matter what we do, or what course life takes us, remember our foundation. And I want to tell Stephan that today. We saw that in you very early. Do not drop the ball. We all want to see you at the highest level. And today we want to commend you for your efforts. You represented us well. We believe that there is much more to come. And we all, as the cricketing fraternity, is wishing you the best. And I'm sure all the Dominicans out there are beaming with pride for what you have shown so far. Not only what you have done, but the potential that you have displayed. We all are also proud of that, and I want to urge you to keep on going, and this year will do all what is in its power to ensure that you represent us well. Because you may have noticed now, when you go out there, you don't just carry number 7 on your back. You carry the entire flag of Dominica with you. And that is one of the responsibilities. That's one of the things that you have to bear in mind. Don't let it be overwhelming, but let it be the motivating factor that spurs you on to greatness. Because I noticed from the first game, there was a twist from the second game. And that is what I will say. I think when Mary and Benno landed, I sent a message to Benno. I say, whatever bottle of Dominica water you give Stephan, give him more. Because I saw a completely different person out on the field. And that shows the importance of support, the importance of family in encouraging your children to aspire to greatness. You don't leave them alone. And we want to also ask as many of the parents out there with children in whatever sport, please, your support is worthwhile. Your support is in the right direction, and you can push our children further afield. And I want to end with one last story by tonight, because I'll have many more stories to give about Stephan. I was his manager on the under-19 team when he was 12. And overnight, he was on 25 not out, but he liked Subway. I said, all right, Stephan, let's go to Subway. So I took some of the other guys with me, and while he was in the middle of it, I said, Stephan, so you mean you can give me 25 runs tomorrow, 25 singles? Quickly he said, yes, manage. And he continued eating his Subway. I let him eat his Subway. I said, all right. When he was done, I said, okay, so tomorrow you're going to a 50. And like he just saw a light, he looked up, and he started smiling. When he was on 48 the following day, he turned back. He asked him if it's 2 more. So he counted every run and got to that 50. That level of tenacity, that level of wisdom, and that level of skill, we want you to hold it there. And remember, we all are rooting for you. So thank you. And I don't want to leave here before saying thank you to Fort Young for at short notice really coming on board and pledging their support towards cricket, pledging their support towards national development. And I want to specifically say I wish them well in their future endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clement Masler. At this point in time, I would now like to invite the Acting Minister of Sports, Senator Oscar George, to give us a few remarks. Senator George.
Good evening, everybody. The truth is, I was given a speech for tonight. I see the PS is laughing. But the reality is, when I speak cricket, I don't think I need a speech. So PS, forgive me for not referring to my notes. I want to acknowledge the presence of the head table, the president of the Dominican Cricket Association, the chairman of the academy, the first vice president, and of course our sports coordinator, Mr. Trevor Shillingford, our PS, who has been really pushing since she became PS a few months ago. And of course, I want to acknowledge our rising star, Stephan Pascal, and his parents in a special way. I want to first say that what I saw this evening at the port is very encouraging for cricket. Not just cricketers came out to support Stephan, but the entire population came out and showed their support on the port. And I think if we can continue this type of support mechanisms for young players, I think we will go places in this country. I also believe that the support Stephan and his family got while in South Africa was remarkable. Of course, you were in a completely different continent, but the support you received from all of us back home, I can assure you that it was overwhelming. And I'm sure that this played a role in ensuring that Stephan could perform and perform well. And even while we did not qualify beyond the semi-finals, I'm sure that we are all satisfied with the performance from our guys. So of course, we want to wish them, when we look at the combinations of this young West Indies team, I think the future of West Indies cricket is in the right place. And of course, Dominica holding leadership of that team, it means that people are looking forward to Dominica becoming leaders in the future West Indies senior men's team. So of course, we're very happy for this at the Ministry of Sports. And of course, I want to take this opportunity to really congratulate Stephan and his family on behalf of the Ministry of Sports, the government of Dominica by extension. We looked at your performances in South Africa, and I can say with no fear of contradiction that you will get there, Stephan. And of course, I wasn't privileged to play with you at the youth level. I think I was a few years older. Having played with Kavem, I'm seeing his dad here. Having played with Alec, but I never really played against Stephan. But it's somebody that I've always admired, and most importantly, just the way he goes about constructing his innings. And of course, this is something that I think he acquired from his parents. And if I dare say, looking at the level of support Stephan receives from his parents, if every cricketer in Dominica could have parents like Benno and Maria, I believe that the entire West Indies team will be Dominicans. Just the level of commitment and the passion, and the follow-up and the promotion on social media, it just says that, you just really want to see your son excel. And I think that you have set a real example for all parents of athletes across Dominica. And of course, I want to really commend you for that. I also want to say that in terms of cricket development, the Ministry of Sports and the government by extension, we are committed to this. We have put in place a number of initiatives, starting with the academy. We have recently started a program where we go across the communities, looking at playing facilities to ensure that we can upgrade them or ensure that we can put in place a plan for upgrading. And I think it's important because it's important that we identify talent at the local community level. And I think that Shama Joseph is one prime example of that. I think a couple years ago, he was just a security guard. And the efforts of the Guyana Cricket Board identifying this guy and getting him in cricket and getting him in the nets and then ultimately for West Indies cricket, it proved what we wanted in West Indies cricket. So it's all good that we perform at the highest level, but we have to remember that everything starts at the grassroots level. And of course, I want to say that we support grassroots development, and of course, we look forward to building more facilities to ensure that our athletes can perform. Stephan, playing for the West Indies cricket team, is something that many young cricketers aspire. I'm sure that even persons in here aspire to play for the West Indies or aspire to play for the West Indies. And the reality is that many of those will never get that opportunity. And not just you played for the West Indies team, but you're also captain of this West Indies team. And you know, that speaks volumes, not just for yourself, but for Dominica. And I believe what I will do is it will inspire other young cricketers, your age group, and of course, younger than you, to follow your footsteps. And you will play an important role in that future for cricket and for youth development in cricket. People will look up to you, Stephan, for advice. You will now become a role model of many young cricketers across Dominica. Obviously, that will mean higher expectations. It will mean a lot more pressure on you as a player, playing for your club, playing for your school, playing for whatever team you play for. But I think you're fully prepared to face that obstacle and to face that level of pressure and expectation that will be placed on your shoulders. So I think I am very comforted in what I saw in South Africa. I am very comforted in the level of support you received from your mom and your dad and your entire family. You know, just looking at them flying the flag of Dominica all the way in South Africa, you know, sometimes, you know, just looking at them give me some chills. You know, I'm just saying that, yes, this is the model parent for any athlete in Dominica. But we are all grateful for the effort, Stephan, and of course, we'll continue to support you as much as practically possible. So we congratulate you. We're very happy for your success. We're proud of your achievements, and we look forward to bigger and better things for you in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Oscar George. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, we will have a little presentation to Stephan Pascal. I think you can invite the president of the Dominica Cricket Association, Mr. Clement Master, to come forward, as well as Mr. Pascal. You could just make your way so where the cameras could get you a little better. All right. So the first award is for excellence in cricket leadership. That's from the Dominica Cricket Association. There are also some fruit baskets and other goodies for Stephan Pascal. Also another award as well. So I think you may have to get a wheelbarrow, Stephan. So yes. All right, so we'd like to invite the Minister of Sports, Acting Minister of Sports, Senator Oscar George. This one is an award from the Ministry of Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development. And it reads, congratulations, Mr. Stephan Pascal, on your achievement in the field of cricket, being the first Dominican to be named captain of a West Indies team, and for the leadership you provided during the 2024 ICC Youth Cricket World Cup in South Africa, and your sterling representation of Dominica. So let's hand it over to the Acting Sports Minister. And we also have some goodies, some healthy snacks. Also like to invite the parents, Mr. Augustine Beno Pascal and Maria Pascal. We have some goodies for you as well. We're very proud of your representation up in South Africa. The cameras spent more time on you than on the cricket. Maria Pascal as well, proud mother of Stephan Pascal. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, before we introduce the man of the moment, Stephan Pascal, we also want to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Emil Diputa of DPEX and We Forward Freight Masters. Emil Diputa has been a typical example, a good example of how the private sector can help contribute towards the success of sportsmen. We also want to recognize the Dominica Taxi Association, Inc. I hope I said it correctly. They combined, yes, Inc. They also made a presentation to Stephan Pascal to help, that dream of his become a reality. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, the man of the moment, without any further ado, the captain of the West Indies under-19 team, Stephan Pascal.
good night to everybody. I'd like to recognize. Huh? Oh, yeah, me? All right. First of all, good night to everyone. I'd like to recognize everyone that made this possible. To be honest, I knew about it, but the extent of it, I wasn't expecting it. So I just want to say I'm grateful for it. Um, I'll try to keep it short and sweet, as I always do. um, Everyone here has played a part in my career thus far, um, in some way, shape, or form. Be it support, be it putting together programs. Everyone here has done that and has helped me along the way. And once again, I'd like to say I'm grateful for that. If I try to speak about everyone in this room, I wouldn't finish tonight. So, like I said, I try to keep it very short. Thank you to everyone for this gesture and everything that they have done for me thus far. And again, I'd like to say that I'm very grateful for that.
All right, thank you very much, Stephan, but I was told that you're not to go too far because we're opening the floor to some questions. If anyone wants to have a question for Stephan Pascal, now is the opportunity to do so.
I can ask a question? All right, my question to you, Stephan, is how was the experience and what have you taken from that experience and how did it improve or help you improve in the future?
Well, playing a World Cup, first of all, it's a life-changing experience. Obviously, you will see in certain instances like the last World Cup, the World Brevis, having that great World Cup. He got into the IPL as soon as he came out of the World Cup and he just boosted his career. I think the same could happen, even if you don't really get a good performance as him. I feel you could be boosted just by the fact that you played the World Cup and you put up somewhat decent performances. So it was a life-changing experience for me. I mean, just being around other world cricketers and playing against them and seeing how they play cricket, it was an eye-opening one as well. And I feel it just renewed a passion in me and that desire and commitment to be the best and to keep on working towards being the best. So I feel even coming back here, I feel I just want to start back training and getting better.
Stephan, and congratulations again. You're a young man, a young under-19 West Indies cricket captain. And I have my young son here who is also named Stephan. He plays football. So what advice, what guidance can you give to young people coming up so that they can be like you and move forward like you? Should I become a coach like your dad, or what should they do? How can they be like Stephan?
Well, I wouldn't advise them trying to be like me. I'd advise them to try and be like themselves, first of all. Obviously, I feel having a good attitude towards anything in the sporting discipline is a good start. With a bad attitude, you could only go so far. I've seen it. I've seen players I've played with, they're very talented and they're very good, but their attitude isn't the best. So it always puts you on the wrong side of coaches and this and that. But I feel another thing too is that willingness to learn and that willingness to be the best. I feel to go ahead in your career, you need those things. So that would be the things that they would, or for me, I would try to tell them to look at.
Good evening, Alexander Hodge. Your service. Stephan, congratulations. Bro, without even speaking about your catch, just looking at it, oh, you know, your picture and you taking a catch, I got chills. I don't know how you did it, but you did it. You don't get the opportunity to speak with any of the greats in South Africa as those. Sit with them and sort of pick their brain and to figure how you move forward in terms of your development, how you do, what you do to improve your entire game.
Well, I didn't get to sit with the greats, but at the Captain's Day, the captains had the opportunity to speak with Henrik Nokia. So that was the closest we got to a great. It was helpful in the fact that he has played World Cups before and he has been in that situation. So what he told us, or the questions we asked him and what he told us, it helped.
All right, thank you very much everyone for your questions. I believe this brings us to the end of the welcome reception for young Stephan Pascal, the West Indies under-19 captain. I'd like to thank everyone for coming here and showing your support. I'd like to thank all of those viewing on Facebook, on the other social media platforms, DBS Radio, GIS, the Prime Minister's page, and everything. I'd like to thank all the officials at the head table for coming out and support as well. Thank you, everyone. I believe we have a few refreshments, and we'd like to invite you to stay on and enjoy the rest of the evening as we celebrate with our West Indies under-19 captain, Stephan Pascal, and his family. Thank you.